Ugh. Looks like the SCP Anomaly breach servers are back to normal. Now, if you didn't know that the SCP Anomaly breach servers were actually hacked 2 days ago. So, I was like, hey, because this was kind of big, and I don't know if this ever happened before, I wanted to make someone to explain a little more detail on how the SCP Anomaly breach servers were hacked. And oh my god, this is a very laggy gameplay. That is not good, but probably fine. Anyway, what I was saying is how, because a lot of people might be a little unsure. I don't know if this ever happened before. This is my first time ever experiencing this. So if you didn't know, about 2 days, which I think I said, say again. If you were in the servers when SCP Anomaly Breach was hacked, you have seen that a lot of teams were different. All the SCPs were gone, and they were replaced with this weird... I don't know, it doesn't even have a name. It's just a weird doll. And it's in a public server as well. So, if you didn't know, how did this all happen, you may ask? Well, I couldn't exactly explain this properly, but I wanted to make this to just give you a bit of more explanation on how it started. Because I know like a lot of people might be a little bit unsure on like how this even happened in the first place. Because I would say it came out of absolutely nowhere. And the reason why I wanted to explain this is to kind of clear up a little. So basically, I was just minding my own business, and I was like, hey, I want to play some SCP for what people are up to nowadays. And I got it. I went into the game, and I think I got in a server that was about to update. I think I had 10 minutes left before those started to update, or when the countdown was finished for the update. So I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm just gonna stay in the server and just see what the update is then. I'm sure it's gonna be something, like, maybe something new that they're gonna add. So, we're just constantly just waiting for the servers to, update, And then, all of a sudden, at the last, like, when the countdown was finished, the shutdown was cancelled. I was like, oh, okay, well, I guess they're not updating it then. Okay, I guess that's fine. And then all of a sudden, the chat just went public. Now, as you can see, that in the chat, it said proximity chat is enabled. You may not hear messages from others from far away from you, if I can speak English. So basically, I cannot hear anyone because I'm too distant. That wasn't there when the server started to get very weird. And what I mean by that, it was not normal. All of a sudden, that went public, and friendly fire was actually turned off. Now, if you don't know what friendly fire is, it's basically it's like a team fire. So basically, friendly fire is like, okay, you can't kill people on the same team as you. Well, friendly fire actually got enabled. So basically, which means you can literally shoot anyone and kill basically anyone, even if they're not on the same team. And then that got a little weird. It was like, okay, why is that on? Why is the chat public? Well, basically, it's a lot of chaos because people kept, murdering each other, and a lot of people kind of just, was just minding their own business. Bodies were everywhere, and then all of a sudden, these weird noises started to appear, and I would say these are not the same noises that were actually in the SCP breach anomaly. Now, I think the cause of these was maybe something to do with 106. Because apparently when the server was fully hacked, you could not re-contain 106. because those weird looking creature entities, you couldn't kill them or you couldn't contain them. They were like a PNG or something. They're like just an image that like comes after you, and the only way to, well, pretty much escape them if you just keep running for your actual life. But we'll get onto that in a second. But what I wanted to talk about was the server. So then all of a sudden these weird noises happen, and then all of a sudden it just, these weird entities started to spawn. Now a lot of people were really confused about this. Like, I was in the server and you saw in the chat when I was actually recording this incident, yeah, some people were just like really shocked and confused and kind of just panicky, honestly. Honestly, if this ever happens again, I would gladly like to show that off again, because I actually had a lot of fun with it, even though it was you know, a lot of earwaves and it was kind of you know, chaotic and scary, because like, you know, you couldn't really spawn in a facility without getting freaking jump scared. You know, if you were in that time, you understand, and it was really fun. But if this ever happens again, I would really happily like to record more of that, because I actually like really enjoyed that for some reason. It was kind of funny because I'm pretty sure it was the admin who was just trolling everyone. Because if you're the owner of like an admin, you could like mess around with like the whole game, coding system, the entities that are in it. You can mess with the sounds, with the programming. Which obviously I thought that was a little funny. It just became too horror with just some weird dog dude or whatever who's just coming after you constantly. Yeah, that was so and because a lot of people did start to leave the server as well, I was like, okay, I have to show this off, because this is not SCP Anomaly Breach 2, like its regular self. So basically then, I think before, I don't know if it's after when the proxy implemented or not, but apparently the server said something about Android Win, and then chaos just. Well, after a while, everything just got weird. All the lights got dark, all the sound effects were not normal, and it was just chaos. Now, I don't really know if this happened before. I did a little research on this to make sure if like this ever happened before. I didn't get to see anything about the game being hacked, like SCP Anomaly Breach itself. I only got like information about the game before called SCP-AB was hacked. That's the only information I kind of gotten from it. Oh, excuse me. But I was like, okay, I don't know if this ever happened before, because this is the first time I've ever seen it. Now, I'm not too sure in what. To be completely honest with you guys, I don't know who those entities were. Because when you died for them, it didn't say anything. It just said you got killed by unknown. There was like no name to the entity whatsoever. So that was like very strange. Because usually like when you died to 173 or something, subject got his neck snapped by 173, or like if you died to 106's pocket dimension, you say 106. But this entity, it wasn't really like, we've never seen that entity in the game. So it was like, okay, how did this happen? Like, what in the world was that entity? Well, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I have no idea, and I thought it was fairly strange to even see something like that happen, because like it was just oddly strange to even see that like an entity was like there. But yes, the entity was instant kill. But the interesting thing before is when the entity did get you, it would have those images, but it would put you in 106's dimension. So that's what I was talking about, the whole 106 thing earlier about, oh, is this entity 106 and 173 mechanics combined together? Well, I'm pretty sure it is because the entity like knew where you were all the time. I don't think it could go through walls, but I think it has the same behavior as 173, so it does go through the walls. But then it has the same behavior as 106, who can just it will constantly follow you and try to kill you. And yeah, those times wasn't very fun because sometimes you have to wait 50 seconds to respawn. Well, I'm pretty sure the developers or whatever admins were just trolling because the update got cancelled, and they wanted to spook everyone and make everyone scared, you know. Which I don't know if it's ever happened before. If ever did before in the past, please let me know. But I have no idea if something like that ever happened like before. If this is the first time this ever happened, then okay, I guess, I mean, that's probably why there's not much information about it, because I did research on it and absolutely nothing came up for this game. So that's why I wanted to kind of just clarify on, like, okay, how did this happen? Like, what in the world is this weird dog Etsy and all those sound effects, like the pipe effects, and what else was it? Like some like noise. This is a weird noise, honestly. Like, it was just not normal whatsoever. Excuse me. I keep dying slowly on the inside. But anyway, yeah, so this was just a one-time thing. And it all happened because the cause with the shutdown update just did not happen. And the shutdown like countdown was just cancelled. Which, that's how they updated games. They have like a little message to show that the servers are going to be shut down. But I just wanted to make it just kind of explain in better detail on how this even happened. Because it literally just happened like randomly. Like, everything started to get slowly weirder and weirder, and then all of a sudden this weird noise. Like, I couldn't explain what the noise was. It was just some random audio that he used. But like, I would say it's just, it was kind of creepy because then all the lights just shut off and then those entities were around. Now, I think there were other, like, I think there was a second one that had a bunch of random images on it. But the main entity was that weird looking creepy pasta dog. I don't know in what it is. But if you like know anything more about like what the entity is, please let me know, because I really kind of want to know more about this history, about the hack. I'm only just explaining on how it happened, but whatever that entity is was 100% an instant kill, and it was something that they probably had made. Now, if that entity was showing in the game, even though the servers are hacked, then it's probably going to be in the files. But it doesn't have a name. It's just nothing. When you die from it, it becomes absolutely just nothing. And that is a fun fact right there, if I have to say. So, yeah, and I also did turn down a bunch of things. Because, like, literally everything just went into chaos, and you know, bodies are flying everywhere. Once you die for something, your body kind of stays there, like, for the amount of time you have them to be there. So I did have to turn everything down to make lag and stuff, like, to just kind of get my frame rate, honestly. But yeah, that's like the only like main thing. I don't know too much. I just kind of wanted to make this just explain a bit more about how this even happened. Well, I know there were some people in the server who were just genuinely confused, had no idea in what in the world was happening. But I would say if this ever happened again, I would gladly make more about it because I would say I had fun with a cursed server. Now there were a lot of earwigs as well. I will admit there was a bit of earwig. But I mean, that was just developer trolling. And I honestly, after that, I really wanted to make more on it. Cause like I literally was like, oh my god, if this ever happened again, I really want to make more. I had so much fun with it. And cause it was chaotic, it was very funny. Very funny. It was like very kind of funny that like it even happened. Because like everyone was just so confused on it. So it's like what happened? But that's really all I like know about this weird looking entity that was like there. So yeah, it had no name to it, honestly. So yeah, it didn't even have a name to it. So yeah, it didn't have a name to it. But anyways, that's kind of all I really know about it. I don't know anything else about it. Well, I would say that it was chaotic. And I don't know, like, I just wanted to just explain on how I actually, like, how it happened. But if you do know a bit more about it, please let me know if you do. A lot of people really seem to like that one video I made on it. So if it does ever happen again, I would gladly do a bit longer. But I think I'm gonna leave this here for today. I just wanted to kind of just a little bit kind of go with a little bit more detail on how it happened. Just explain a little bit more about how this happened and all that stuff. So I think this has gone on a little way too long, be just rambling around about it. But if you did actually enjoy this, and you did kind of understand a bit more, and if you do know anything else about this
is Nine-Tailed Fox to Control, requesting a kinless game.
Really, please let me know, because this was in the public server, and I would say if the server was full when people started to leave, because, I mean, you couldn't do anything, it was literally nightmare fuel. So, yeah, that's basically my kind of explanation or experience on how this happened. Well, anyway, I'm just gonna leave this here. This has gone on quite a while now, so someone's telling me this is gonna be a long video if I ever seen one. So anyway, I'm gonna leave this here, and I guess I'll probably see you next time. I don't know if I'm ever gonna do another SCP Anomaly breach again. Unless maybe if that happens again, or a new update comes out, I would gladly be happy to actually do it. But anyways, I'm just gonna leave this here, and I guess maybe next time, or hopefully this incident will happen again, and I can get a little bit more information on it, and we'll see from there, and see if more chaos happens. So yeah, well, guess I'm gonna leave this here. Only time would tell if this incident will ever happen again. If this is not the first time, let me know, because I actually don't think I played it when the game first came out. So I have no idea how this happened. So yeah. Well, I guess I'll see you all next time. Oh, and that is SCP. Okay, well, goodbye.